Hey guys, GameBoy3800 here once again, and this is a quick update and something else. The quick update is that I have the video card, the thermal pads, and the heatsink for the m17x to get the new second Quadro card installed. The only thing I'm missing is the, the X bracket and screws for the graphics card to screw it into the heatsink. So I am on the lookout for those. As soon as I can find some, I will let you know, and we will update the m17x. But for today, we're going to be doing something completely different. We're going to move this aside and bring down a GTX 580 classified. This is going to be replacing the GTX 570 classified in Project Envy. Why? Because more power. And this has more memory. This has 3 gigabytes versus 1.25 on the 570. So yeah, to do this we're going to need some kind of magnetic parts tray. So I have one here. A screwdriver, so I have one here. I have a smaller screwdriver here in case I need to pry something open. And then lastly, we have a compressed air thing down below the table. It is full of air. And also, you notice lights. I have some lights on the side of the table now. Only one is on now because 2 of them are far too bright. So yeah, let's take a brief tour of the card. It is super tall. It has like an extra inch of height thanks to the super big blower fan here. The blower fan is the thing that is most dirty, but I will take off the whole top shroud to see how dirty it really is. And I'm seeing what screws need to be undone for that to happen. And I think I have found all that I need to undo. So there's a few on the bottom here. You're probably not going to be able to see them very well. And of course the camera is low on battery. How? Why? It was on the charger for like a week. How much time are you going to give me? Of course now it's not showing me when I flip the screen over. Not even a battery icon. 9 minutes. I can't do this. Camera, why do you lie to me? I will be back once it's all good and charged. And yeah. Alright, now it's actually got some charge. Now we can actually begin. It looks like that there's 3 screws on the bottom here. And then after that, there's at least one on the top in the corner here. There's one here in between the heat sinks. And that kind of looks like that's all of it, unless I have to do some on the back as well. I'll see if I only have to get the ones on the outside rim, but I may have to do the other ones on the back side as well. Question, can I have it sitting like this? Yes, I can. Awesome. Doesn't give you any kind of view, but it allows me to work. Yay. The magnets are strong with this one. Alright, so now we're going to go to the other side, which should be easier to hold. Problem with having a magnetic thing, is is that the screwdriver is also magnetic, so it's not very easy to get them off. And there we go. Wasn't so hard at all. Okay. Somebody needs to explain, why is there pink and purple in this? Look at this. I don't know how I'm going to get you to see. There you go, you can probably see that. Why is there pink goo all inside the heat shroud? What is this? The heat sink itself is not very dirty at all, actually. In fact, it's really just along the front main edge. But where did the pink goo come from? Did someone leave this in a Laffy Taffy factory? It was used for a mass rendering with like 10 other cards. I didn't think that meant it needed Laffy Taffy injected into it. The air compressor. Hopefully it's not too loud. I am going to mute the video until it is clean to keep you from hearing noise. Okay, I have turned off the compressor so that I can use the rest of the air. But yeah, look at that. You can even see on the heatsink here. Why is there pink stuff there? Is that some kind of sealant? Or like some kind of epoxy? I do not know. Alright, that should be good enough. And just let the blow-off valve go on the compressor, and now we can put the shroud back on. Shouldn't be too hard, just takes a few screws. It's not the right one, I don't think. It was. All these others seem to be the same. This screw is not going in there. I'll try on the bottom. There we go. And the last one that I couldn't get before. I think it's because it's at a weird angle. There we go, that's all in. And there we have it. That's now nice and cleaned, as good as it can be. Now we can go ahead and install it into Project Envy, which is below the table. I'm going to have to figure out some lighting trickery for you to see, but I will figure something out. I'll see you in a second. Alright, here we are with the side panel off. This is the insides of Project Envy. And right away I can tell that we're going to have some kind of issue. Number one is that this power supply down here only has 2 power connectors. It can have up to 2 8-pin power connectors. The first problem is that I have zip tied the other one because I made it into a 6-pin and didn't want this thing flying around, so gotta get scissors and cut that. Next thing is that the shroud here for the fans will have to go because this 580 classified is significantly taller thanks to that big hump on the top. And also, third problem is that it is a card with 3 power connectors, 2 8-pins and a 6-pin. So I will need to grab some Molex adapters or something in order for it to even get all the power it requires. So first we're going to go ahead and take that off, and I'm going to have to unscrew the video card as well. First I should take out the DisplayPort cable. Next thing is I should get a DVI cable because this card only has DVI connections. DVI and the audio connector, I believe it is. So yep, a few things that we gotta work on, but of course that is part of the game. Putting the screws on the top of the case. This only takes a button, and there we go, it is out. Not as elegant to take it out as it will be to put it back in, but yep. Here's the 570 classified. Interestingly enough, these sell better than the 580 classifieds. I think I can resell this for $100, and the 580 I got for $60. So yeah. That's the Wi-Fi adapter if you're wondering. And yep. Next thing, I'm going to go get some scissors to cut the zip tie on that. So I will be right back. Alright, I found some scissors. Just snip this and hope we don't destroy the whole thing. I need new scissors. There we go. Now we have an 8-pin, and I also have some EVGA branded power adapter thing. I don't need scissors for that. Tear it open, and oh. We have a problem here. This is not what I expected to be in there. Doesn't give you a clear view inside. It's mostly non-transparent. Yeah, it's really dark. But this is 2 6-pins to an 8-pin. Yep, that actually doesn't help me at all. So I'm going to have to find something else. But first, let's take off the fan shroud. I do not believe I'm going to be able to have this installed anymore. It's a shame, because that gives it character or something like that. Yep, a little Cooler Master fan in there. Or, not little, it's a full-size 120mm fan. So the video card now is in. And she's installed. Alright, get the screws back in now. They're called thumb screws, but the fact that you need to have, or get your hand in such a small space, especially with this card here, has determined that is in fact a lie. Alright, that's mostly tight, and I'm rubbing up against the camera. Let's not do that. That's only asking for disaster. And yes, if you're here for the first time seeing this old machine, this is Project Envy. I did a project, I want to say back in October. Early 2016. To see whether you could use really old components in 2016. This computer spec-wise is now, or I'm going to give you its old specs, a GTX 570 classified. It's got a Core i7 960, 12 gigs of RAM, and then over here to the right, in the hard drive cages, we have dual 250 gig hard drives from like 2003. Yes, they still work. They're incredibly slow though. I'm going to replace them with time period correct SSDs, so like 2008, 2009 SSDs. That was the whole point of this build. Build from 2008 to 2009. What do you get today? Now, how does 8-pin? There we go. Alright, now we just need to find a way to get a 6-pin on there, and we will be good, other than the display connection. I'm going to have to figure out something for that. One thing I hated with this pump is that it needed a thing here for USB power. USB power connector. That will let it be read by the system so that you could adjust pump speed and stuff inside of the operating system. However, it seems to have, well, it was really annoying. I think it's actually bending the heatsink a bit. Yeah, it is. And I hate these things because they come with USB header adapters, but I have had terrible luck with them. They never work right. So I always have to go around and do a USB thing. Thankfully, because of the half-X case that it's in, it's actually the NVIDIA edition, as you can see by the green, but it has external tubes thing, and that's how I was able to easily route it out. Alright, enough about the computer. Let's find a way to get this 6-pin connected. Alright, so I found a few, but there's still a problem. They're all 8 pins. They're all Molex to 8 pins. So what's going to have to be done here is the second one of these is going to have to be an 8-pin adapter through a Molex plug. And then the 6-pin is going to have to come from the power supply. Because, yep, don't got much choice here, boy. So plug her in there. and plug this in here. Now I have no idea how I'm going to be able to make this look appealing, but maybe like that. If only the shroud were still there. Yeah, that's going to have to be how I do it there. Because I don't see any other option. Like, I mean, doing it like this is just hideous. And all the Molexes, or the two Molex requirements, can come from down here fairly easily without being seen in the window. So that is what I'm going to have to do. I guess that shows that the old TX650 is going to have to be replaced by something in the future, because I do want to get at least two-way SLI in this old machine. So like, it's got the Wi-Fi adapter here, there would be a gap, and then on the next few slots there would be another 580, so I definitely would need a better power supply for that challenge. So yep, now I gotta turn this thing around, which is fairly easy because of the wheels, but not too easy because of there being a big barricading brick there. Gotta undo the front connections, and that seems to be all I need to do. Front connections, and what else is coming down here? Keyboard. Come on. Tight fit for me down beneath this table, but I got it. So on the side here, we have some Wi-Fi adapters. They're going to have to go on up here. The 570 can go on the table above someplace. And then the Wi-Fi adapter gets magnetized to the top. Now we got to unscrew the right side panel here. Not too hard. I thought I screwed these in really hard, but I guess I was wrong. Probably will be a pain getting it back on though. Alright. That is actually one of my cleaner cable jobs. I'm quite proud of it. Like, if you attempt to look behind Project Supremacy, you will only see sadness. Guaranteed. Like, not even, like, alright, you sure about that? No, it's 100% guaranteed sadness. And wow, there's a lot of China cables on this power supply here. Let's point you down. And that is 4 China cables on one plug. Don't know how common that is. Where are the Molexes? Here's some Molex powers. Gotta shove 2 of them through here. And is there a Molex connector that doesn't have the whatchamacallits on it? Wow, okay. So this power supply is old enough to the point where both Molex strings have a floppy connection on them. That is surprising and embarrassing. But I guess set to the time period like I was trying to do, so mission accomplished, mate. So I've got to shove one of these strings of cables through the other way. And this is an extra SATA connector in case I want to add another drive, like I will be doing. I'll be adding an SSD relatively soon. It's got to be one set to the time period and in good condition, which I think will be hard to do. But you never know, I could find it like today and have this unit up and running at full speed in a matter of no time. So what I'm going to do to take the strain off of the one Molex plug is use both strings for the Molex power. Because this is a very powerful graphics card, I don't want all of its power to be going through one Molex string of cables. Efficient? No. Effective? Possibly. Have yet to test that out yet. And I can tell this is going to take a while. I only have 20 minutes left. I'll get back to you once it's all ready to be plugged up front. Alright, I have the Molex adapters poking through. Let's plug them up. And then hope the Molex power thing itself actually stays together. If it doesn't, I have 5 more I can spare. Yeah, Molex plugs. All of their little power adapters can go wherever they want, really. Doesn't make them very effective or pretty, but once they're together, that usually means that they don't want to be separated. So I'm going to go ahead and use some twist tie thing to make sure that this cable stays with its parent. There we go. See if I can move this up a bit. No? Okay. Wasn't expecting to, honestly. There we go, that's going to be effective. There we go. Now it looks somewhat less horrible. Don't get me wrong, it still looks pretty bad, but at least it's not god-awful. If only I could put the shroud back on, but you will see here that it is too tall. I can't have it do this easily. If only it could be taller. It will be a problem. Well, maybe I can still have it, but it'll have to be below it, which could pose a problem because Molex power adapters there. Oh well. I will figure something out, but now is not the time. I will go ahead and leave its screw right in its place so that I know it's there. Or maybe I'll completely forget it and have to go buy a new one. Alright, well, let's manage the back side of it a little bit more. Maybe. Oh man. The answer is nope, because I'm too squished back here. Let me get out of the way and move it. Alright, here we are back here. The main issue is going to be the bottom part, because I gotta squeeze as much as I can underneath the drive cages. And then what I can't fit goes behind this little metal thing here. And then that 24 pin cable though. Hey, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist, right? I can't see you if you can't see me. Wait. Other way around. I can't see you if you can't see me. Wait. Maybe? It's like a toddler playing hide and seek. They cover their face and think that they're being an effective hider. But in reality, you can still see the rest of their body. But because they can't see you, you can't see them. Or something. I don't know where I'm going with this argument. Cable management is fun. No, it isn't. That's the top of it done. And that's the bottom done. Alright. Move it around for you guys and hopefully not destroy the universe. And here we go. Now to put on their side panel and see how it looks. See if it still powers up. Alright, so side panel fan gets plugged in here. You can't see that, but believe me, there is in fact a motherboard header right there where you can see this plugged in. Now, question, is that video card too tall for this? No, it is not. Wait. I think it might actually be too tall. What's going on? Why is it not going on? Oh, right, it's got a shroud on it. The fan has a big shroud. I did not see this being a problem at all, but there you go. You can see a big shroud on this big green fan that may have to come off. Classified edition. Why are you so fat? Or tall, or whatever you are. Yep, that is not going to fit. So, gotta undo the fan shroud. It's going to be a fun viewing experience for you, because you're going to have to look at it like that. Where did I put my screwdriver? There it is. The thing with these cheap giant LED fans is that they're made of very hard plastic. Meaning, once you get something in, it's going to be very hard to get it back out. That one came out fairly easily though. Oh man, this one's not. You need the strength of 100 growlers that are alive to get this off. Yes, that is in fact a Harambe joke. You can unsubscribe now. I will fully not blame you for that. That's another one. Wow, that one's even harder. Let's try the last one, see if we can loosen it up by twisting it. There we go. We'll try that idea. No, that didn't prove to turn it or anything. There we go. There we go, shroud is off. Now there's the side panel fit. Let us find out. This is a fun experience for all. Alright, fan gets plugged in on the board. And on she goes. Yay, no more clearance issues. So we still get all the direct fan going straight onto the card. And we get a cool green light out the side. If I had to take the fan off to get it to fit, oh man, I would have been mad. But yeah, that classified card is really, really big. If it was too long, like if it was, it would have been had to been a super long card, but if it was too long, that would have been something I don't think I would have ever expected. But you can see it's got like a good 2-3 more inches of length to go. And yeah, let's go ahead and power this up with the 10 minutes of battery life I have remaining. Alright, it's installed. The driver's installed and everything just fine. Except for the first startup, it couldn't install them from the Windows thing, so I had to go download them manually. But after that, it's installed fine. It'll play fine, I'm sure. GTX 580, 900 megahertz with 3 gigs of memory. I didn't get the 580 necessarily for a performance increase, although that is of course very nice. I got it for the memory increase, because if you stuck around or saw the series, I think the biggest drawback of the 570 was, don't know how that opened. I think the biggest drawback of the 570 was it only had 1.25 gigs of memory. The 580 has 1.5 gigs, but a classified doubles that to 3 gigabytes. And I will do some other tests in the future once I get 24 gigabytes of memory, and an i7 970 or 980, or some other hexacore processor like a Xeon into this. And then also a solid state drive. Project Envy is going to be getting a big upgrade. And I'm happy for that. I don't know when that will all be available, but trust me, I got something planned. If you enjoyed this video of getting the 580 cleaned out and installed, then please go ahead and leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course don't forget to subscribe for more. Thanks, and I will see you in the future. Happy holidays, everybody.